have a hard truth for you today. You are not a victim of your circumstances. Instead, you are a product of your decisions. Welcome to Aanu's Growth Series, Episode 11. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a product of your decisions. Myles Munroe said that. Now, what are we talking about today? We're talking about the power of decision making. 30 lessons I learned before 30. Tony Robbins also said the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your decisions. I kind of spent a couple of time thinking about how I want to bring this down, because decision making, it literally wraps around everything that we've talked about. Purpose, vision, friendship, relationships, focus, and all of those things. They all have to do with decisions. Myles Munroe also said that many people worry about decisions, but what they should worry about actually is the consequences, because the decision is a one-time thing. It's the one that happens in the moment, but the consequences, either immediate or in the future, are things that you eventually have to live with, right? So if you decide that you want to start spending, let's say for example, we talked about emotional intelligence last week, right? And then if you say you want to start spending 30 minutes every day, extra minutes every day to learn about emotional intelligence, you may not see the immediate consequence, but it's going to lead to a series of consequences that will eventually lead to a series of decisions that you make in life that will give you a better quality of life. So as I grow in my career, thank God for how much I have grown, I ask myself, these vice presidents, these CEOs, these directors, they are not hands-on. I'm in the software development industry, so you should have an idea of what I'm talking about. They are not hands-on. They don't write code, right? They don't worry about the infrastructure is working or not and they go check and everything. They just sit in their offices and make sure things go well. And I keep asking myself, what is it that they are doing that makes someone like me, but thank God for growth, have to sit down, write code, have to ask my team member, follow up with my team member, do all of these things? What is it that makes them, in quotes, so special, right? And it dawned on me that anybody can actually be a foot soldier, but not everybody can be a great decision maker. Jeff Bezos, I was just listening to him when I was doing a little research about decision making. He said their senior executives are trained to make small number of high quality decisions. You don't have to make, in that level, you don't have to make a lot of decisions. You just make a few decisions, but they have to be high quality. What I'm selling to you today is that as you grow, if you want to be influential, and I know everybody wants to be, we've talked about this, right? God wants us to be decision makers in the world. But what I'm trying to say is God wants us to be those that shape the economy of countries, of nations, and everything. As you grow, your level of influence is directly proportional to the quality of decisions you can make. If you get to that stage where people want to listen to you, right, then that means you have trained yourself up to that point where your words matter, your decisions matter. Growth brings responsibility. As you grow, well, I told you guys I have a baby. When she was born, everybody was, oh, baby. Now she's growing, right? I literally just walked her up the stairs to come sleep a couple of hours ago, right? Now, that means she's growing. I don't have to carry her all around anymore, right? Like she was crying in the car, and she wants her mom to carry her, and her mom says, no, stay in your car seat. That's why the car seat is there. So you see, growth, she has to start learning how to be more responsible, right? So that's what growth comes with. Growth does not keep you at the same place, and that's one thing people miss about indecision. They think that if they don't make a decision, they won't be affected. The truth is, the more indecisive you are, the more affected you will become. I've always said, if you are not on the table, then you are on the menu, right? So you need to fight the, should I call it, pandemic of indecision that is sitting on everybody's head. No, I don't want to decide. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to act. I don't want to do this. No. As you grow, whether you like it or not, responsibility is placed on you. The way you handle that responsibility is what determines the quality of your life. At this level, when you make decisions, most of the decisions you make, they will affect only you, right? I decide to wake up on time. I decide to go to school. I decide on my way to school to actually go to school, not branch in a friend's house. I decide to have a relationship. I decide to, most of these things, they don't affect, they don't have a lot of impact. But as you grow, you discover that your one decision has a ripple effect. Your decision to marry has a ripple effect. Your decision to take a job has a ripple effect. And as you grow, you should, I'm hoping God helps me to put this out here and not out of context, that as you grow, you should get out of the mind of the existence of anything called comfort zone. For somebody that wants to be an influential person, that wants to be successful, I hate to break it to you, but there's no comfort zone. You need to constantly leave that comfort zone. And what's comfort zone? Is a place where when you think you have made some form of success, oh, I can rest, I can breathe, and all of those things. No. I think in one of my other videos, I mentioned that Myles Munroe said that the greatest enemy of your next success is your current success. Don't allow that trap happen to you. Responsibility, the decision you take to be responsible is very, very important. Now, I was talking about leaders, right? The reason why they are going to value leaders, the senior executives, over someone like me that is not a senior executive, is because they assume, or they see that they have the ability to make the best decision for the entire organization, or for their team, or for something, right? And that is where we should get to. We need to start pruning. We need to start learning. We need to start training ourselves in improving our quality of decision making. Because you will get to a point, you get to a stage, even if you don't become a leader in your workplace, you are going to get married, you're going to have kids, right? You will need to make decisions that will affect your generation. So either ways, you still need to learn the power of quality decision making. Leadership is about decision making, not about titles. People follow clarity. People follow decision making, not titles. We just went to watch the movie David, and I wanted to save this for the last, but it's just itching me to say. We just went to watch the movie David, and one of the scenes that happened in there was David went to support King Saul in a battle, and he left his family. He and his men left their family in Ziklag, and while they were at the battleground, they were told that all your family members have been kidnapped. And that's I think that's in the last chapter of 1 Samuel or something. When they got back, all of them were weak. All of them were tired. They even thought about stoning David, their leader, because they were like, how could a leader decide that they all blindly followed David, because David was a decision maker. How And this is why some people fear to make decisions anyways, because they feel, oh, if I make a decision, it doesn't go well, I'm going to come to that. And they wanted to stone David. And what happened was David, as the Bible says, and as the movie eventually showed, David picked up himself and it's like, this is not the end. I made a terrible decision, but this is not going to be the end, right? And then he moved. And then he said, we're going to attack. And then they attacked and they got everybody back. So decision is important. And the earlier you learn how to make good decisions, the better for all of us. The better the world will be. What's the cost of indecision? I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. The first one is it costs you time if you don't make a decision. It costs you opportunities. Because like I usually said, or like I said in the previous video, it's only a goldsmith that knows raw gold. Raw gold does not come beautiful. No. Raw gold comes in dirt. So you need to decide, to learn how to quickly sight or see the attributes of gold and move on it. Indecision costs you your confidence, because if you are not able to make a right decision, at that point when you are supposed to make a right decision, you would be scared. You don't have the confidence anymore, and it costs you momentum. You can't move fast if you are not a decision maker, if you are not a good decision maker, or if you rely on indecision, you will be slow. Don't be on the menu. I'm doing all these videos to keep you on the table. Now, don't be scared and don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that's another myth actually. Oh, like when the time is perfect, I'll make the right decision. No, like I said, Myles Munroe said, you are not a product of your circumstances. You are a product of the decisions you make. If you make a decision today and say, I am going to be an influential leader, I am going to be successful, I am going to be wealthy, I am going to own a piece of the earth. If you are making those decisions, you may not have everything as clear as you want it to be, but you are moving a step in the right direction. Also, don't be emotionally attached. That's why I said comfort zone is a myth. Don't be, oh, I love where I am, I'm not going to go anywhere. You cannot love your third year in the university so much that you don't want to go to the next year. So please, you are smart. I want to tell you that you watching me, you are smart. You can make the best decisions. You just need to go for it. Go for it. If you have not been a great decision maker, start now. And that's the next thing I want to talk about now. Don't be scared. Don't live in fear. Don't let fear come in various lab coat or work clothes. Don't allow fear in any way. I wanted to talk about spirit-led decisions. Of course, I wouldn't end this without talking about spirit-led decisions. Right now, Samuel, God told him, go and anoint somebody in the house of Jesse. He got there and he saw Eliab with all built up, six-pack, all of this, and he wanted to anoint him. He did not he was following the instructions of God, but when he got there, he wanted to choose the wrong person. So we still need to be connected to God, because God is the one that will help us to make the best decisions. Now, I'll just run a few points. Learn, be more context aware. That's the number one point. Be more context aware. In making decisions, learn about the consequences. What are the consequences? There are positive consequences, there are negative consequences. That's at that point that you do something they call SWOT analysis: strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Learn, okay, I need to go into a relationship with this person. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? Don't just say, I want to go into a relationship because my friends are going into a relationship. You will not have accidents. I will pray for you. You need knowledge. You need to be context aware. Those directors, vice presidents, CEOs I talk about, they have advisors all around them to provide them context. When I was working in the United Nations, I told my team members one thing: don't come to me with a problem. You are coming to me with a problem so I can make a decision for a solution, but come to me with that problem and a list of your suggested solutions. Then we talk about it together, and it has always worked for us. So be more context aware. Know when to escalate and when you can handle things. The next thing is values. When you have the right values, there are some decisions you can make. For example, you can decide that I'm not going to have sexual intercourse until I get married. It is very possible. You can decide that. You cannot let your body decide for you. If your body decides for you, the current results may be sweet and easy and lovey-dovey, but the future impact is painful. So you need to set those values. You need to sit down. We're going into the new year right now, right? You need to sit down and say, what are my values? What are my values? What are my must do's? What are my must not do's? What are my gray areas? There are certain things you cannot ask me to do. There are certain things you cannot ask me to do. There are certain ways I have grown up, right? And I already know that these are my values. You cannot take this away from me. No matter what you bring, you can't take it away from me. Also, be intentional about how you learn, about what you watch. That time you are spending scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, go and learn something on YouTube. It will help you be a better decision maker. Watch Myles Munroe's video on how to be a better decision maker. That's good use of your time. Read books. I also watch movies. I watch movies like Madam Secretary. I watch movies like Designated Survivor. I try to see how leaders make their decisions, because I want to be a leader too. I want to be a global leader. I watch movies like SWAT, because in movies like SWAT, you have to make quick and fast decisions. It's a life or death situation. So it helps my brain to be in that place where I can make easy, quick decisions, right? And also realize that there are consequences. Don't forget. So when you are making decisions, think about the consequences. Final thing I wanted to talk about: don't regret, especially in this time of your life. I know my viewership now covers more than Gen Zs, but this is still mostly directed to Gen Zs. If you make a decision that didn't go well, or if you make a mistake, don't regret it. Even people in high positions make mistakes. People who are leading companies, they make mistakes. The difference is pick up, learn, and move on. Pick up, learn, and move on. No doubt there are things like consequences that will stick with you forever. Or for example, if you go have sexual intercourse and then you get pregnant, that lives with you, right? I would not recommend abortion for any reason. So you have to have the baby. So the baby has to live with you, right? Or if you decide that, I'm 16, I'm moving out of my parents' house, and you're not well grounded, there are consequences, right? But whatever it is, re-strategize, pick up yourself, and move on. Don't say because I made a wrong decision the last time, I won't make another decision. No, that's a lie of the devil. Re-strategize, pick up, move on. Pick up, move on. That's why in this phase of your life, like I usually say, go and volunteer. Take leadership volunteer roles. Make decisions in controlled environments. Make decisions like that. It will help you to become a better person. I want to ask you, how do you think you can start making better decisions? What can you do? What will you do after watching this video? Because like I said, the future is waiting for you, and the decisions you make today is directly proportional to the quality of your future. Until the next time, compliments of the season, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. See you next week, which will most likely be next year if I get to post this video this year. Bye bye.